Hello everyone and welcome to round 9 of season 5 of FZR Racing League Tier 1. Alex, would you like to take us through the track map of France?
Let's do it then. But France, obviously, mainly straight line, especially in Sector 2. But in Sector 1 and Sector 3, that's where it can catch you out. Into Turn 1, straight into a chicane. Actually pretty simple. Probably one of the best cars on the track, especially going into Turn 2. Then Turn 3 and Turn 4. Turn 3 medium speed, same with Turn 4. Then low speed Turn 5 into a speedy Turn 6 and Turn 7. DRS wide open into the main straights of Sector 2, into chicane of Turn 8 and Turn 9, onto another straight with no DRS this time, going to a flat out Turn 10, a medium speed Turn 11, lower speed Turn 12, full throttle Turn 13, past the pit lane, past Turn 14, medium speed, and a low speed Turn 15, finishes out the lap on turns.
Yeah, we'll move on to the standings then. Here are the constructors. Ferrari leading the charge on 169 points. Red Bull continuing their charge on 148, up 1 positions from the last round. Into P2. P3, Williams 135. It's looking like a nice tasty battle between 3 teams up at the top. And we will quickly look at the driver standings. Lewis Piper still leading the charge, 120 points. Close behind is Jamal on 108. Striker Boy, Phoenix, Lucas Charles and Templos in their own little battle there for P3, hoping to get the final spot on the prize pool. And we should be shortly going into qualifying. I think a couple of people just got kicked out. Seth, thank you for the bits again. Appreciate it.
Here he is again, Seth Martin. What a guy.
What a legend. And I think we should be ready to go. I'll just do the announcement for everyone to ready up. All ready, yeah?
Yep.
Right. Everyone ready in, and we should be in. So, who do you think is going to take the victory while we wait for everyone to load in?
I'm gonna say Red Bull's gonna need to put up a challenge, but Ferrari, Phoenix being here as well, it's gonna be tough. I think we will have a Red Bull on the podium. I think that will be Templos. At the moment, he is running a pretty nice job. Nice comeback, especially from the start of the season. He was having barely any points. Templos now 4 podiums in a row. P3, 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 P2 last time out. Can he get a P1 today? But yeah, he's on a good charge in the Drivers' Championship and going to want to add that in the Red Bull Constructors too. So I feel like if Red Bull can beat Ferrari today, it'll really help them in the long term. But not long to go in the season left. But we'll see how this race affects going forward.
Yeah, Seth, thank you for the 69 bits. Appreciate it. And welcome to everyone in the stream today. Seen Jack Craft, Kev the Slice, Seth Martin. I think Jenny has been in there. Unfortunately, couldn't join today due to an inviting issue, but I'm sure I'll be cheering on his main driver in Mercedes.
As in chat, who do you think will take pole today?
There we go, I think all sorted now. Everyone should be able to come out. Who's going to be the first out?
Oof.
Seth on pole.
I think. Oh, I think we've got a first driver out already. Kev the Slice for sure. Says Kev the Slice.
Jack Craft saying Seth.
Would be good to see Seth pole.
It would, but I think Phoenix is going to be up there again. Phoenix, Jamal isn't racing, so that could change the standings and benefit it in Phoenix's way. Phoenix needs to catch up.
And Kevin Slice is currently in P1 and he's buzzing about that in the chat.
Yeah.
Never gonna lift that down. But yeah, without Jamal today, it will probably affect Ferrari. Epic Toast filling in though. We'll never know, we'll see what he can do. But today, we're all eyes on Phoenix to bring home the bacon for Ferrari. And let's see what the Red Bulls can do about it. But yet again, absent Lewis Piper. That's going to affect Williams' chances too. But Chazza and... well, Chazza's just going to want to try and bring home some points for them.
See what Jake Squid can do. Obviously tried line last week. Tried without a line, sorry, but saying on this track he's got to use it. So let's see if that helps him or puts him at a disadvantage. I'm sure it will help him. As he lines up for his first lap.
DRS wide open, and we're about to go on one of the first laps here in France into turn 1. As you said, Jake Squid struggled last time out without a line around Zandvoort and just didn't end up in the points. He is going to need to get some points on the board soon. He's currently in P7 with 46 points in the championship. He has got 1 win to his name. And let's see if he has the pace here today, going into turn 8 now. I mean turn 6 even. Oh, that's a spin. Luckily around here, barriers are pretty far away so you can get away with stuff like that. As hopefully I'll just set the drivers past with ease behind. As Phoenix, he got his maiden win out here in Zandvoort last time out in round 8. Can Phoenix add some more to that? As that is purple sector 1 with no one setting out there, of course. We won't really know, and the purple sectors won't really affect anything at the moment, but down the straight we go. Obviously lower wings today for more straight line speed. Now going to chicane, that is turn 8 and turn 9. Nicely on the curbs. Looking a tidy lap so far for Phoenix.
Love that corner, nice and flat out. This corner can be very tricky, judging the braking point and when to get on the floor, but it seems to do it nicely. So hopefully he doesn't run into any traffic. Aston Martin there. Gets out of the way.
As Epic Toast puts in a 1:31.7. But here we go then, Phoenix. DRS wide open, about to set his first lap of the day. Is it going to be divisional pole yet again? Yes it is, 30.2. With ease puts it at the top. Nice. For Phoenix to stick it up there yet again. We'll see if anyone can do it. Oh, Mercedes spun right in front of him.
Lucas Giles up into P3. So we'll see what Old Horse can do on his lap.
Old Horse Radborn. It was his first race last week without him scoring any points, which is unfortunate for Old Horse. But let's see if he can get back on that streak of getting in the points again.
Mega Gamer, thank you for the follow. Old Horse into P6. Altrex into P2, it's a great lap for him. Nice little banker. He's riding ball with Striker Boy on his banker.
Now Striker Boy has been on an absolutely mega streak since the start of the season, being in the top 6 in every single race so far, doing an absolutely fantastic job at the moment, and hopefully can keep that streak going. But still hasn't been on the podium, I'm pretty sure, this season. so he's going to look to get on that as soon as he possibly can. But at the moment, yeah, he is currently being in the top 6 in every single race so far, and let's see if he can keep that going. But at the moment, Phoenix on pole, and the Haas actually, let's speak about the debutants of Al Trexfer in the Haas. It's currently in P2 by attempts to Phoenix at the moment, so doing a nice job. And can the new Haas driver get a podium or maybe a win on debut?
Flag there for the Haas car. Maybe gives him validated his lap. See what he can do though. Kynan. P13's not a great lap. He's going to want to improve on his second. As I don't think anyone's on a lap right now. There's no, I think Nova Gibson's just preparing, and he is.
Yeah, Nova also really needs to pick it up the pace and get some points on the board. As he's kind of been blocked going into turn 1 there. Hopefully that doesn't affect his lap time as he's backed out. But Nova is currently P17 in the championship with only 7 points on the board. So he's going to need to improve as soon as he can to pick up some points for his team.
Mine invalidated for the last corner.
Oh, yeah, Seth is going to look to get some points on the board today, definitely. Been struggling to get in the points recently. Hope he can get it back on the go.
I think Rebel Chaz will be the first one to cross the line to start his second lap.
Yeah, see what Rebel Chazza can do for Williams this week. As here we go then, round out the final corner, turn 15. DRS wide open and ERS on. Let's see what Rebel Chazza can do on his second lap on the fresh softs. As nice is it. Rounding out Sector 1 now, Rebel Chazza. See how much he has improved.
He's
He's
invalidated
his last time. I didn't improve by much anyway, but that's unlucky for Rebel Chazza. He's going to look to go for another lap on them tyres.
Purple Sector 1 for Shao.
Now Shao has been doing fantastic in Tier 2 at the minute, currently P2 in the championship in Tier 2. He's got at the moment a win and a P3. Let's see what he can do in Tier 1 to impress the team bosses.
He's trying to get them Mercedes. 4 tenths off his Shao. Going into the difficult to judge braking zone. Gets the power down.
As it is looking a tad, gonna slightly deeper into the final corner, but DRS wide open. All the deploy has been used, and across the line, where's Shao gonna put that Alfa Romeo in P6? That's a nice lap from Shao, and maybe it can get it in the top 5 on his final lap. We'll find out later on in the session. As Phoenix appears to be I think he's backed out on his lap. But the new Haas driver going to set 3. Can Al Trexfer take provisional pole in his debut. That'll definitely be impressive, and we'll see what he can do in sector 3 to try and again that goes wide, but compromises his entry for his exit, and he's done it nicely too. Altrexfer going round turn 14, going now into the final corner, that is turn 15. Is this going to be a provisional pole for the Haas car? DRS wide open, ERS fully enabled, blast to the line. Is he going to take provisional pole? Yes, he is, into the 29s. That's a lovely lap from Altrexfer in the Haas. Nice lap.
Yeah, let's see if Templos can improve on his time. There's a big gap between P2 and P3. Can he reduce that and get it into the low 130s? Templos up to the line. He does improve. He makes the gap to Phoenix 3/10.
Decent lap from Templos there. Still got a lot to improve if he wants to be in with a shot of pole position, or at least P2. But yeah, big shake up at the front. There's a new Haas driver. Altrexfer is on provisional pole.
Purple middle sector for Striker Boy. Can he get in the mix?
Striker Boy, like I said, so consistent this season so far, and has done phenomenally.
Oh,
he's overstepped his mark. As his teammate then, Seth Martin, needing to get some points on the board, currently P14 in the championship with only 13 points. If he only gets 2, 3, 4 points, it's all valuable, and that will definitely put him with a shot of getting top 10 in the championship. So we'll see if Seth Martin can get some points today, and they will definitely be needed to stay in tier 1. So we'll see if he can do it then. Seth Martin going around sector 3 now, going into turn 12. We've seen many different lines here, maybe going wide and in, but at the moment Seth Martin, he's looking like he's going to put a decent lap in, hopefully getting in the top 10, a lot close to his teammate, but all he needs is a low 1:31 and he's up there definitely, as I think Nova Gibson has just put a lap in to put it in P8. Alfa Romeo's looking decent at the moment to get some good points, but across the line does put it in P4. That's a nice lap from Seth Martin, and at the moment it's an Aston Martin 4.5. That's a lovely look for the constructors, and hopefully in the race they can keep it like this. Striker Boy in P4, Seth Martin in P5, lovely from the Aston Martins at the moment, and hopefully they can duplicate more of that in the race.
Yeah. Kevin the Slice lining up. He's going to have to improve on that lap time if he's going to want to get in the top 10. Missed the apex on turn 1.
Kevin the Slice, tier 2 driver at the moment. Pretty sure he did fantastically out last time in tier 2, and hopefully we can see more of that. Maybe here in tier 1, gains half a tenth in sector 1. Still going to have to improve a lot in sector 2 and sector 3. A few tenths is all that's in it to get within the top 10. At the moment, Kevlar Slice rounding out sector 2, and it says it's purple, but I'm not sure it is. He's only gained 2.5 tenths, but we'll see if it really was in sector 3 and when he crosses that line, and see how much he has improved. Kevlar Slice in the McLaren, currently about 2.5 tenths up. That would put him nicely in the top 11 at least, and maybe a shot at the top 10. Oh no, that's a big snap from Kevlar Slice, and he's going to be furious with how that's turned out, as I think he's going to try and get in the pits. It always fun going into the pits. But then Seth Martin, is he on another lap now? Sector 1, round it out, he is on another lap as he has gained ever so slightly in sector 1. Seth Martin doing a fantastic job at the moment. He needs to gain 2 tenths to get close to his teammate or get P4 and snatch it away from him. But Seth Martin is looking like a good qualifying. He's looking like he's going to be in a good qualifying position. Alongside his teammate, I've got to say the Aston Martins are very equally matched at the moment. Striker obviously seems to be the more consistent one, but Seth Martin is nearly 3 tenths up on his previous time. That would put him nicely into top 4. Does Seth Martin have a chance at P3 here? Let's see if he can gain any more on Templos in Sector 3, but at the moment Seth Martin is looking like he's going to have a fantastic qualifying position. Now going into the final few corners, now 14, and going into the final corner, that is turn 15, rounds it out, gets on the power, and this is looking to be a tidy lap from Seth Martin. DRS wide open, the deploy will be used, and across the line, where's Seth Martin going to put that? Aston Martin is only going to keep P5, but he has gained. That should hopefully try and protect him from the runners behind him, but lovely lap.
Let's see what Jake Squid can do in the AlphaTauri. Maximises the track. Going into that little chicane.
Now look how close it is for the top 5 places. I mean, not the top 5, for the top 10 places. Only a few tenths in it, and you could see yourself in a really good place for the race. And we'll see if Jake Squid can gain a few tenths to maybe put him within a shot of the top 5, or at least the top 6. Oh, that's a big snap from Jake Squid, but caught it nicely, and he's backed out of his lap. And that's going to affect him on his next lap, as he won't have a lot of energy to deploy. But Phoenix then, all eyes on Phoenix. He's got a purple sector 1 at the moment. He needs to gain a lot in this final lap to grab pole position from the new Haas driver. Now Phoenix, all eyes on you now to snatch this away from Altrexfer in the Haas. He has drove fantastically so far, Altrexfer, to stick it on provisional pole, but Phoenix, can he do anything about it? There is Tempos behind as well, so no mistakes on Phoenix right now. He's got to improve on our lap time, especially to keep Tempos behind, who is looking pretty racy. But now going to sector 3, Phoenix is looking like he's on a belt of a lap here. And we'll see if he can improve even more in sector 3 to try and grab pole position away from Altrexfer and put him in the main place for the race, as I think a Red Bull has spun at the end of sector 2. I wonder who that was. Hopefully it wasn't Templos.
Don't think it was.
But now Phoenix on a lap, of course, going around the final corner. DRS wide open. Can Phoenix grab pole position here in France? Oh, as he misses out, but he has gained a 10th on the lap time. Is that going to protect him from Templos behind now? He has gained in sector 2 by only half a tenth, it seems, at the minute. But going around the final corner, has he improved any in sector 3? He's going to have to push every little bit he's got in sector 3, and he's got that DRS wide open across the line. Can Templos get P2? Oh, that is very, very close, but not close enough. That's P3 for Templos. That will Nova Gibson puts it in P4 with Altos Radbourne in P5. That's fantastic for the Alfa Romeo and the AlphaTauri. But Jake Squid is one that's going to miss out on the 10. He is going to be furious with what happened on his lap.
Well, the new driver of the Haas of Altrex takes pole position around France.
That's a fantastic position for the new Haas driver. I should be very impressed with that. Is he a new championship contender? We'll find out in the late stages of this season, and let's see if he can grab himself the win here.
Yeah, we hope to see some great battles in the future races with the likes of Lewis Piper, Altrex, Phoenix, Templos, Lucas Giles, and Jamal. As there is the qualifying results.
As, yeah, I think Lucas Giles it was who spun on his final qualifying lap. If I wasn't mistaken, and he won't be happy with that, as that could have easily got him in the top 5. So he won't be very happy indeed. But Nova Gibson at the moment, with valuable points needed, currently in P17 in the championship with only 7 points, is going to need to gain as much as he can today, but currently in a fantastic position to do that. And we'll see if he can.
Yeah, hopefully there'll be some great battles. No incidents into turn 1.
There's the T-poses are out in the pit lane, and that signals the start of the race. Let's go.
Favourite part of race weekend, that.
It is good luck to all the drivers. Whereas I think we've had some disconnections. Hopefully we can get them back in before the start. Now I wonder if Altrex can get the win today. That'll be interesting for the championship. That'll put him straight up in the top 10. But here we go then for the 9th formation lap of the season.
Let's see what the new driver has on offer with his race starts. Will he be quick off the line, or will Phoenix be able to gain that advantage, having raced here before?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if this Haas can take the win today. So in chat, who do you think will take the win today? Who do you think is going to take the win?
Ooh. Well, we've got to see how the Haas gets away, but I'm going to stick with Phoenix. Said we were going to get pole, but we just got beaten by the Haas of Altrex. But I think Phoenix will be on the better strategy. Let's quickly look at the tyres. Everyone on the hards. So is it going to be hard to mediums? I think so.
As I think we've had a disconnection of Shao, that's gonna that might de-SQ him from the race. That's unfortunate for Shao. It was currently in P9. Oh, that's a shame for Shao. But yeah, I think the podium will definitely be the top 3 at the moment. 10 plus Phoenix and Altrex, and we'll see how it lasts. But the Haas is at the front of it, and we'll see what the race pace is like between the top 3 drivers. And the fight for the Constructors 2, Ferrari versus Red Bull. See who can come out on top in this race alone. But everyone lined up at the front of the grid. I think the Haas has actually got quite a bad grid position there, but we'll see how that ends up at the start here in France, round 9, as the lights about to go out, starting to go on now. But 5 red lights then for round 9. As it's lights out and away we go here in France. Round 9 is now underway. Tempos gets an absolutely unbelievable start. Can he take the lead going so on? Just backs out. Going to well, P2 at the moment. Phoenix yet again has not got away well. Old Horse has got past Nova Gibson. There's a big scrap behind. Jake Squid is dropping back. As I think there's a crash between Epic Toast and Striker Boy, and that's put Striker Boy back down to P15. That's unfortunate for the Aston Martin. Seth Martin in the other Aston Martin is currently in P9. And we're going to want to gain going forward. Lucas Giles also gained from the start. He's currently in P5 as well. Overtook Nova Gibson at the start with a few others. jumping. I think we had one car, I think that was Epic Toast, who jumped the gun at the start and got a drive-through penalty. That's going to be annoying for Epic Toast. But here we go then. Altrex gets away well.
Yeah, Jake Squid makes the move on Kev the Slice early. Gets into that World Championship point position, and Seth Martin is close in behind of the new Haas driver. He's going to go around the outside. I think he goes there. I think the Haas is lagging a little bit, but Nova goes a little bit wide. That allows a big spin.
Oh, as he spun around Seth Martin yet again. The inconsistency and misfortune is there. Luckily, it's only at the start, so hopefully he can get himself straight back into it in the last stages. But both Aston Martins got away shockingly at the moment. But Seth Martin does get back past Chazza and hopefully can push forward now. Big 26 laps to go now for Seth Martin. Let's see what he can do from there. Altrex leads on lap 1 with Epic Toast coming into the pit lane.
Yeah, I think the Haas is disconnected. Let's hope he can get back in. So there's a nice battle here between Kev the Slice and Jake Squid. So we'll go to the top.
As Phoenix is gaining on Templos at the moment and probably needs to get a move done. Early Old Hoss has already been gapped by a second for the front runners. Yeah, it's expected with these guys at the front, so competitive and so fast. But the Haas is looking pretty speedy. Templos just staying within DRS at the moment, and yet again Phoenix has got away not well at the start and lost a position to Templos. That might be crucial going forward, and we'll find out later on. But at the moment, Lucas Giles up 3 positions. Phoenix obviously lost 1, and Templos is up 1. With Altrex in the lead and looking like he's holding on pretty nicely.
Yeah, it's looking strong for the top 3. Old Hoss out of DRS. Good performance though so far from him in the AlphaTauri.
It's crucial in this last lap. Templos has gained quite some margin on Altrex as he does set the fastest lap of the race so far. And Templos may have the pace to take the win today. He's on the hards. So is the rest of the top 3. As we've seen, it is mainly just the best strategy around every circuit, especially going on to the mediums in the second stint on the lower fuel. But at the moment, Templos is looking quick. Can he get the move done on this lap with the DRS? 5 tenths is the gap. Let's go on to the straights and let's see what the straight line speed and what setups these guys have. Is it main straight line speed? But here we go then. DRS wide open on lap 3. Can Templos cause a challenge at the front? It's going to bring him closer, closer and closer, but not close enough as he isn't using any DRS at the moment, ERS even at the moment, and that probably will be crucial going in the last stage. But 4 tenths hit the gap, and Phoenix obviously will just be stranded there, especially with Templos within DRS. But I think Templos, his main sector is in sector 3, where he gains the most, it seems, on Altrex in the Haas. There's another 10th for R2 gain there. But it's going to get close. Strategies, the lots. It's going to be crucial for the top 3 as they're all in for a shot here. And Templos may be on for his first win of the season, a 2-time champion. He's got 4 podiums in a row without a win. Is this a day where his fortune changes?
Batters the braking board and gets overtaken by Lucas Giles. Went a little bit wide coming out of the final corner. Lucas Giles pounced on him.
As Jake Squid just sets fast up of the race. Jake Squid seems to have some fantastic pace at the moment. Can he find himself at the top 5 in the end of this race? He needs to push on now and try and get some moves done early. Currently in a slight DRS train. If Race Addiction gets DRS too. But yeah, Jake Squid is looking quick in the AlphaTauri without a racing line back on.
Much closer this time for Templos. Doesn't manage to get
still not close enough. 2 tenths of the gap. It seems he needs to be probably within about 4 tenths at most to get a move done on the straight. But yeah, again, it's another lap behind for Templos. As Old Hoss is close to his Red Bull side part. That is Lucas Giles. Lucas Giles has done fantastic so far at the moment, just to stay in the top 5, and he's currently in P4. Gained a lot from the start, up 4 positions from the start. And can Lucas Giles maybe have the pace going forward to try and challenge the podium runners? They are looking quick at the moment, but 2.8 is to go. We'll see how that one forms over the pit strategies. But at the moment, still, Old Hoss is stuck behind, especially Nova 2, who's just kind of struggling in that train effect.
Striker Boy gets past Chris W into turn 1. Nice move from him there.
Gets him crucially back up into the final scoring point position.
Oh, big contact. And a spin for Brodo and Rebel Jazza at the back of the field.
Yeah, again, is it going to be another race where Williams doesn't score any points? Unfortunate.
I think Nova's had a spin.
Rebel Jazza. Whereas Nova can't be doing that more often, as he is currently suffering a championship. But ahead of him, Seth Martin is going down the inside of Chris W, and he just backs out. But he's going to go around the outside maybe, or maybe a switchback. But Seth Martin isn't close enough to do so. On the exit of turn 9, is Seth Martin going to go for a move into turn 10, going into the final sector? He's using the RS. This is going to get him back up into the final scoring point place, and he's done it nicely. His teammate also has got past Kevin Slice on this lap too. So maybe Aston Martin, after their misfortune on the first laps, have got themselves back in the points, crucially for Aston Martin, as they are down in P6 in the championship. If they get some good points, they maybe can gain on the Alfa Romeos in P5. But nice job from the Aston Martins.
Yeah,
Nova Gibson. Yeah, he's got a DRS on this occasion. Is he going to put a little bit of a wiggle on the exit? That's going to take him out of it, surely. DRS, and Nova, as Chris W has DRS as well, and I think that's just going to keep him ahead for the moment, and probably will get the move done on the straight, unless he can do it on the run down to turn 3. It's down inside. No, it won't be close enough, and he'll probably wait for that DRS opportunity on the back straights. But yet again, Templos is on it this time. It seems a lot closer. DRS wide open down the inside. Templos goes in to follow lead of the race down the inside, going into the chicane at turn 8 and 9 as Templos takes the lead of the race. Lovely move from Templos. He's been gaining on these past few laps, and it's been final lap where he's been let through. Lovely from Templos, and is now up 2 positions and in the lead of the race. Is Templos going to get his first run of the season out here in France at the Paul Ricard circuit? Is it going to be 5 consecutive podiums in a row with a win? That'll be fantastic for his championship, as he currently sits in P6. These points are crucial.
Yeah, as Jake Squid, while we're focusing on that action, gets past Race Addiction, also known as Big Smoke. And Seth Martin is going side by side with Kev the Slice, going into Sector 3.
Ooh. As now going round turn 14, can Seth Martin make a move at the final corner? He's going to go round the outside. He's going to be a switchback from Seth Martin going round the final corner. He's going to have DRS down the straight anyway, and that's going to give him a huge boost going into turn 1. Or is he going to stay behind so he gets DRS on the back straight? I'm not sure what the tactic is, but he's going for it here. Seth Martin is going to get it by the apex. Lovely move from Seth Martin, and that puts him in P9. Good comeback from both of the Aston Martins, both gaining on the cars in front, and his looks like oh, that's unlucky going out to. Oh, there's a car behind us also spun as well. And that's unfortunate for both of these drivers. But yeah, Templos seems to gain at the moment 6 tenths of the gap, and obviously with DRS it is falling. But maybe Altrex doesn't have the race pace, and that might take him away in his first stint. We'll see how it pans out in the second one. But Templos is looking pretty sturdy in that lead. as Old Hoss is yet again still stuck behind Lucas Giles at the moment. The gap just probably annoying him slightly, but it's just taking him away from his teammate behind, who does seem to have good pace. As Race Addiction is still hanging on behind, as Nova Gibson is looking very, very close to the back of Seth Martin, as he's probably been gaining the final few laps after that spin, and Nova Gibson is going to want to get some points on the board. Both these drivers are probably rivals in the championship, both so low at the moment in the championship, with both needing to get some points on the board for the team and for their own sake to stay in this division. What's going down the straight? I don't think he'll be close enough for this cage, and maybe down the back straight it will be his time, but Phoenix has been catching up to the back of Alchex too. Maybe the race pace isn't there for the Haas, and mainly qualifying it seems, but obviously with the DRS that Alchex will get, it might just keep him ahead and keep him protected at the moment, but both of them, all the front three, tactic saving their overtake, and yeah, I think it will easily stay ahead. With that DRS, of course, Phoenix will gain, but it won't be enough. As if Phoenix wants to get past, he's going to have to do it throughout a corner in place, I reckon. As with that DRS, Alchex will keep that position.
Nova gets past Seth on the back straight using the DRS. Nice move from him into the braking zone. Old Hoss closing on the back of Lucas Giles, who's been having troubles with his pedals. I think he might have got them fixed.
Hopefully it has, but yeah, it's going to be good points for Red Bull it seems today. Yet again, in fantastic positions. P4 for Lucas Giles, and currently in the lead. Out front is Templos, looking to get those valuable points in the championship, and full points here today, if he gets fastest lap of course, for Templos. But yet again, Phoenix is just suffering with Alchex hanging onto DRS from the back of Templos, and it just seems that Templos can't shake him off either. It's getting very, very close between Phoenix and Alchex at the end of Sector 1 going into Sector 2. But yeah, again, with DRS, hope close enough as a spinner. In Sector 1, I think that's the Mercedes of Crystal View. Yet again, Mercedes not looking like they're going to score points this race, with Janator not here as well. Big suffer for Mercedes yet again. But at the moment, Old Hoss has got past, and Lucas Giles, but Phoenix is very, very close to the back of Alchex at the exit of turn 9, and is now going into turn 10. He's going round the outside. Can Phoenix get P2? Round the outside he goes yet again, going round turn 11, as I think it's just not enough room, and down the inside it's not going to be enough traction, as he tried to go down the inside there cheekily, but couldn't get it done. But yeah, I think it's going to be another lap behind Phoenix. He's got the pace, he's really trying to gain as much as he can, but yeah, a shame for him. Yet again, stuck behind.
There's been a spinner again of Kevin Slice. Seth Martin gonna look for the move on Nova Gibson going into turn 1. Gets it done.
As this battle seems to just be carry on between the Aston Martin and the Alfa Romeo, both bits of rivals in the championship, with the lack of points this season for both of these drivers, and looking to gain today, with Seth Martin ahead in the championship and ahead out on track today. But Lucas Giles is very close to the back of Old Hoss. Going into the chicane, is Lucas Giles going to get a place back from their sister team? As yeah, easy done it. Going into the chicane, the DRS is so effective around here. No real interesting moves being made at the moment. It's just sorting past the DRS at the moment.
Jake Squid gonna go for it on Big Smoke. Nicely done into the flat out section. And he gets his braking point nicely onto the power. Nice move from Jake Squid.
So yeah, good points out there for AlphaTauri at the moment. Is it going to be the first race where Striker Boy doesn't get a top 6 position? We'll see how that one pans out. He is catching up to the back of Race Addiction, also known as Big Smoke, and Jake Squid too. So we'll see how this one lasts. As yeah, again, AlphaTauri looking to score some good points. They caught P7 in the Constructors' Championship on 47 points, looking to gain on Aston Martin ahead on 61. And we'll be outscoring them today by the looks of it, with especially Old Hoss challenging for P4 at the moment. But yeah, looking a good race for the Alfa Romeos. I mean AlphaTauris even. Just going on so straight. Old Hoss, he's going to be too far behind it seems on this occasion. Big Smoke, can he get past Striker Boy very close behind? It's going to be a very close battle going into the chicane of turn 8 and turn 9, but Race Addiction does get back past. Can Striker Boy cause havoc as well? As I think Jake Squid has hit the back of Race Addiction. It's that close, as there's a bit of desync between the drivers, and he is literally ghosted inside him at the minute. Hopefully he can get that sorted back out. But he's still ghosted inside in the neck and neck. Going in set to free is Jake Squid. Oh, the neck and neck is very close between these drivers, as I think Jake Squid has got that move done. But yeah, with Big Smoke, oh, that's a spin from Race Addiction, and that allows Striker Boy to get past to. He's going to drop positions. Did he get hit there? If so, that might go to the stewards. But yet again, misfortune for the McLaren team. But at the moment, Jake Squid seems to be closing the gap to the top 5 at the moment, and Striker Boy is going to be pretty annoyed if he does get DRS on the back straight. But Jake Squid at the moment, with the penalty, that is 3 seconds. It's going to lose out if it stays like this, but I doubt it will. Yeah, but at the moment, yeah, Phoenix, yeah, again, he's very, very close to the back of the Haas. Is going to chicane yet again, isn't close enough. As Old Hoss gaining, but not enough on Lucas Giles at the moment. Striker Boy yet again stuck behind for another lap on Jake Squid. His teammate Seth Martin behind. Can't gain on them either, especially with the DRS they have ahead. It's just bringing him out at the moment. But Seth Martin currently in P8, down 1 position from his regular grid spot. But yet again, the AlphaTauri is challenging the main Red Bull team as Kevin Slice has DNF'd, and that's going to cause a full car safety car, I'm pretty sure, and I think it's the only second time this season. Yeah, it is a full car safety car.
That's
going to
Seth
things
Martin
up.
And Race Addiction, who are in the pits. P8 downwards have benefited massively. We saw it out in Zandvoort as well. It was Kevin Slice again who DNF'd and brought out the safety car for the first time. Now it's the second time.
The front runners will be fine. They'll be able to pit as the safety car has come out just after them, after they went past. So yeah, they will get a free pit stop. But this is going to bring Lucas Giles maybe back into this. The AlphaTauris are going to be challenged from the start. From the Aston Martins too. Race Addiction, Nova Gibson. We'll see what everyone can do with the fresh tyres. But I think most will be going on to the mediums, as I think everyone has opted for that strategy. Yes, so no benefiters. But yeah, let's see if Lucas Giles can cause a stir at the front as well. The front three aren't really going to be challenged by it. Maybe Altrex is going to be brought a bit closer. and we'll see how it pans out on the fresh tyres for the front three, especially if they do all pit. Lucas Charles should be fine for a double stack, I'm pretty sure. As I think he's just braking and just to make sure he can't get a double stack in. The AlphaTauris are going to struggle as well, so is one going to stay out? I think Old Hoss is going to be the main gainer.
Just trying to create that gap now.
Oh no, Templos has got a speed in the pit lane, and that's unfortunate for Templos, and he's going to have to serve that drive-through penalty. I think it was a drive-through penalty.
Yeah, I think it was.
It's normally 5 seconds. That's a bit confusing, as it is normally a 5-second time penalty, but it's a drive-through, it seems. As we'll see when he comes out of the pits.
Jake's
If he
does get held up a little bit.
yeah, it is a drive-through. That's interesting. As it's normally a 5-second time penalty. That's unfortunate for Templos. Going to have to serve that when the safety cars came in. Otherwise, it's not going to serve.
Looking so strong as well for Templos. Going fuming with that.
So I still don't really understand it. Is it because it's under safety car? It's a drive-through? Probably. Yes, I didn't really need to be in the pit lane either, so that's interesting. That's why it should probably just slow down a bit more, but yeah, it seems Jake Squid has lost the position to Striker Boy with that double stack for AlphaTauri, and Old Hoss gets past Lucas Childs.
Yeah, this whole safety car will neutralise the field and bring everyone closer. So Templos, serving his drive-through, will be sent to the back of the grid. So unfortunate. We'll have to see why he got that drive-through. I don't think he'll be able to get it removed because he'll have to serve it, otherwise he'll be disqualified, won't he?
Yeah.
Nova gets some warnings under safety car. Can't be having many of them.
So I wonder if it's 3 laps after the safety car, when Temps can serve it. But will Tempos still be able to get good points today with that drive-through?
Bits. Oh, he's serving a penalty. One of his 5 seconds. Smart move from Nova. On some more mediums.
I wonder if Old Horse can do something about the front three, and maybe Tempos needs to gain as much as he can to try and gain as much as he can to the cars behind, really strive for a penalty. Look, the pit lane isn't too long around here.
While we're here, don't forget, follow us on our socials. We're posting the highlights, race results and updated standings after this race has finished. So make sure to keep an eye on there, drop us a follow while you're at it. And if you have a free Twitch Prime subscription, we would appreciate if you used it on here to help us fund the prize pool. Seth Martin, as always, in here with the bits, we appreciate that from the start of the stream. don't know if he's still watching, concentrating on his race, doing well up in P8.
Safety car is in this lap. So let's see if Tempos can gain at the front. With that drive-through penalty, he's going to have to gain as much as he can. As he's gone pretty early. Actually, went just before the final corner, he hasn't gained that much actually to Altrex behind. Just 4 attempts in the gap, but we'll have to pit in the next lap or two, I imagine, to serve that drive-through penalty. And that will promote Altrex into the lead if Phoenix doesn't get past, of course. But at the moment, all grid positions have stayed the same from the start. Let's see if anyone can gain to the cars ahead. There's Jake Squid with another 3-second time penalty. That's 6 seconds now for the AlphaTauri. Yet again, it's going to be another pointless race for Jake Squid. Currently does have the fastest lap, I'm pretty sure, but with everyone on these fresh tyres, I'm pretty sure it will probably be beaten by probably one of the front runners.
Come on, the boys. Yeah, nice restart from Templos. Unfortunate with the drive-through.
Yeah, definitely is. Templos. There's only 4 attempts to the car behind. Can he stay out for another lap or two, or has it got to be this lap, as it has been 2 laps under safety car?
I don't think you can serve him on the safety car anyway. Yeah, stays out.
So on the final corner, he's going to have to gain as much as he can, at least to P4, who Old Horse is currently staying within. Phoenix is 1 second gap as Tempos. Says fast lap. Old Horse says fast lap. Oh, as Striker Boy says fastest lap in P6. And we'll see if we can carry on with this. But Old Horse Radborn is looking quick. As Templos is setting purple sets everywhere. At the moment, 9 attempts is the gap to Altrex, and these are crucial attempts at the moment, especially with no DRS. But Templos is looking quick on these medium tyres and needs to gain as much as he can to make the drive-through less effective.
Nice move from Brodo on Chris W.
As Brodo currently running in P10, nicely run from Brodo at the moment to get that final point place, as Tempos has cleared Altrex of DRS, but obviously have to be, if he didn't have his drive, you got to think, would Tempos have won with this pace? He's going to be fuming with himself, gaining 1.3 seconds to the car behind as he stays out another lap. I don't think he's going to have to pit on the next lap to serve that drive-through penalty. So there you go then, another fast lap for Tempos, over a second quicker than his last lap. And you can tell by the car behind, he's gained a second on Altrex in the Haas, but it's quick for him at the minute. As Striker Boy is going to want to pounce on Lucas Giles, especially if Old Horse is having fantastic first few laps without the safety car. Is still within a second of Phoenix and the front runners. Lucas Giles seems to be struggling slightly. Striker Boy looking to pounce. He is back in P6 in the top 6, where he seems to belong every single race. A top 6 finish. It's been phenomenal for Striker Boy this season so far. Currently sitting jolly in P3 in the standings, but it needs these points to retain it.
Yeah, nice race.
Yeah,
Old Horse could be in the podium with Templos.
Oh, Striker Boy is going for a move in the final few corners, in the first few corners of Sector 3. Oof, wow, this is close. Going into turn 12. He's going to try and go around the outside. He's now going to go for a switchback. It's been lovely for Striker Boy at the moment. Can he really set up a good battle between him and the Red Bull. Maybe go into the final corner. Can Striker Boy strike a move like he always loves to do after the shocking first few laps, as Templos is in the pits to serve his driver penalty. That promotes him into P5, and Old Hoss is on the podium. Old Hoss, this could be a fantastic day for you if Templos can't get in all these positions back. But Templos is now at the back of the grid, as Seth Martin has also spun the end of Sector 3 yet again. Is going to seem to be another pointless race for Seth Martin. He's currently down in P14 in the standings with only 13 points to his name, and yet again another shocking day for the Aston Martin, with his teammate looking to gain on Lucas Giles. An overtake for P4, lovely move from Striker Boy, and gets P4 with ease.
Overtake for the lead as well. Phoenix up into P1. I was focusing on that while you were focusing on the battle for P4. Nice move on the back straight before the braking zone.
As yet again, when Altrex doesn't have DRS, he seems to just be left vulnerable. Let's see if that stays the same way for Phoenix, but yeah, again, Phoenix looking like he's going to get his second win today, with that misfortune as West Ham bottled it. Seth Martin gets 10-second time penalty for cutting the corners, as I think he's just going to be, if cars are like that, it will be disqualified from the race. But yeah, again, another shocking one for Seth Martin, as he gets no penalty.
Should be going into the bits.
But
and I think he's going to retire from the race. Spinning in the pit lane just to stop it off. And there we go.
Can Altrex gain on Phoenix to get the move done? As nice, surely too far back, as he doesn't gain as much on the straights. But the battle for the top 6 positions is looking close, with Jake Squid gaining. He does have that 6-second time penalty, and unfortunately for Jake Squid, that might take him out of the top 6 and out of contention for the top 5. But he's gaining on Lucas Giles quite some margin in these last few laps. Lucas Giles is going to have to gain, he's going to have to get some good points on the board today for his team, especially if Templos down in P12 from that drive-through penalty. But Altrex seems to be a bit close to this lap.
Been nice to see from the new driver. Good racing between him, Phoenix and Templos. Unfortunate for Templos with the drive through, but very promising from that new Haas driver.
Yeah, it's gutting for Templos not to get his first win and keep that consecutive podium winning going. But he was looking for a certain win out here today. He gained 1.4 seconds on Altrex behind and was looking racy, but Altrex seems to be struggling just to stay in DRS at the moment to Phoenix, as Phoenix is looking quick yet again, and a certain second win for the Ferrari, and that will put them further ahead in the championship, especially if Lucas Giles cannot gain anything on Striker Boy ahead, and if Tempos can't get it back in the points. Jake Squid is very, very close to the back of Lucas Giles. He's been gaining a few tenths per lap now, and has he spun? That's a shame, as he has caught it and he's not going to keep the position to race his diction. Is Brodo going to get past 2? Seems to be going around the outside, as he's kind of closing off. That's unfortunate for Brodo, but he's coming into the pit lane. He has retired from the race. I don't understand why he's done that. He's still in P6.
Yeah, penalties though, didn't
Yeah, still had a few seconds to look out behind, so still could have got some points today, but Jake Squid has just retired, probably out of a bit of anger. But Brodo is very, very close to the back of Nova Gibson. I think Nova Gibson might have just got past him. But can Brodo get it back? Going onto the straights, he will have DRS. He's used everything in his deployment tank. But DRS wide open, going into chicane. Can Brodo get the move back? As no.
Started to spread again, the grid, and only a couple battles going on, this one here and this one for the lead, as we will focus on that going into the final few laps. Striker Boy gets the 3-second penalty, that could turn crucial on his final race position. It's Lucas Charles just going to nip in ahead.
Yeah, then 10 Plus has got a final point on the board with the fast lap that will give him 2 points today. Could have been 25, 26 points in the championship with a win, but Altrex is looking quick. Has just unleashed a bit more of his abilities on these tyres, maybe on these final laps. We'll see what he can do about it and maybe get the win today over Phoenix. But still, fantastic points on debut. And maybe a win on debut and a podium on debut. Still very impressive. Old Hoss didn't get points out last time for the first time in this season, but looking today, Old Hoss is maybe getting his first podium ever in FZR Racing League. And for AlphaTauri, they will be over the moon. But Striker Boy at the moment is gaining. Can he stop Old Hoss from getting that maiden podium? But yeah, Striker Boy is going to look to snatch it away.
Is it going to be a last lap move for Altrex on Phoenix? Just keeping him within the DRS, keeping his ERS safe and stored. Phoenix also doing the same with his ERS. The Striker Boy's fallen out of a second, out of that DRS range.
Yeah, Old Hoss is managing that gap pretty nicely at the moment, and he's going to need to do so for the next few laps at least, just to try and keep him on the cutting edge of a second. But Old Hoss seems to have the straight line speed at the moment just to keep him out when it's needed. But it seems that Striker Boy may get it on this occasion, as he does. He's easily within a second, and he's going to gain on this occasion. But Altrex has struggled in the first sector to keep that gap close, as he's now 8 tenths behind, 8.5 tenths behind Phoenix, and he's going to need to stay in DRS if he wants a shot of winning this race. It's all crucial.
Phoenix was pushing, I think he got purple sector 1. So Phoenix in purple sector 2. Phoenix is going to be gunning for that fastest lap. Still all 26 points from this race.
As yeah, Phoenix currently down in P4 in the championship, as he has broke the DRS, and this result would maybe put him above Striker Boy in the championship with quite ease, and maybe Jamal too if he's close enough. As I'm not sure it'll be close. As there you go, extra point for him in the championship. Speaking of point, the extra point, 10 plus is looking close to the back of Epitoast, looking to get that extra point. If he gets P9, it is within the seconds of penalties he does have. But Striker Boy is very, very close to the back of Old Hoss, and he's going to look to get that done to snatch Old Hoss's maiden podium away from him, and he's very, very close on the exit going onto the straight. DRS is going to be wide open on the straights, and is he going to get past now? Old Hoss, is he going to cover the inside line? Is he going to fight this one? It doesn't seem like he is. Now going into the chicane, Striker Boy gets through and gets that final podium place. Can Old Hoss do something about it on the next 2 laps?
I think Old Hoss is just staying within that 3-second mark as Striker Boy has a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. So before that move, Templos got it done on Epic Toast as Altrex is back in the DRS of Phoenix.
It's Altrex's turn to get within. Both of the cars have now been deploying, and Altrex is now within 4 tenths. 2 laps to go now. Altrex is going to have to push everything he's got to try and get close enough to try and strike a move on Phoenix to get his maiden win in his debut race for Haas, and try and get involved in the championship and put him as high as he can and boost that chance of maybe getting a bit of the prize pool at the end of the season. But has Altrex left it too late to join the league, to come in and show his true pace? He looked absolutely mega quick today. 5 tenths is now the gap. Can Altrex close that gap to Phoenix and maybe get the move done on this lap? 4.5 tenths, 4 tenths. It is closing. Bit of usage of overtake, but it's going to be too far behind on this lap.
Yeah, I reckon I'll wait till the final lap to strike the move. As Old Hoss again just keeping him behind. Striker Boy not forcing anything, not wanting to make a mistake as he is in the 3-second window, which will allow him back onto the podium with Striker Boy's penalty.
Yeah, Old Hoss were absolutely over the moon with that podium. Done a fantastic job out here today, up 1 position. Striker Boy also is up 3 positions in the race so far today. He's done a fantastic job in Aston Martin. There's good recovery from Striker Boy. And now all eyes on Altrex coming around now at the final corner. This lap is the one he's going to want to push the most on. DRS wide open, he's going to want to deploy everything in that battery, especially on the back straight, to try and get a move done. But Altrex, can he win this race today? 2.5 attempts is the gap coming out of turn 2, and can he keep that going into the latter stages and the start of sector 2? But now going round turn 4 and now turn 5, he's going to be turning. These are crucial corners as he might be too far away to make a move on Phoenix. As 6 attempts that is going to be too far, and with Phoenix deploying 2 on this final lap, that might just take it away from Altrex. He's going to try and deploy everything now. Phoenix, no mistakes. We've seen it happen before in Britain, bottling the lead away. But on this occasion, Phoenix is looking clean, is looking calm, is looking cool, is looking collected in that Ferrari, looking to extend his gap in the constructors for Ferrari and boost his points tally in the drivers too, to boost him a few places. But Altrex, it's been a fantastic debut race, I've got to say. Pole by a few tenths then in the race, just didn't have the race pace to keep up with Phoenix. And Templos also deserves a mention for what he has done today. Took it away from them in the final stages of his first stint with that drive-through penalty, and is now only getting 2 points. But Phoenix is gonna come on to the final straight here in France, and he's gonna take his 2nd win of the season. Fantastic racing, fastest lap 2 for Phoenix. Altrex just behind him, P2. So close for Altrex. His debut race, P2, I think he's going to be impressed and pleased with himself to catch up like that. Old Hoss onto the podium. He is going to be over the moon with that. Old Hoss, his maiden podium here in FSDAR Racing League. And yes, he is going to mega impress. He's only missed out on the points once this whole season, and that was last week. And he's came back with a bang in P3. Fantastic race from Old Hoss. Striker Boy in P4. Lucas Giles in P5, bringing home most of the points for Red Bull. Race Addiction in P6 for McLaren, get some good points on the board for them. Brodo in P7 for Alpine, very pleased for Tier 2 driver. Nova in P8 is going to be glad to get some more points on the board. Templos, it could have been his to win today, but got that drive-through penalty and it took it away from him. Unlucky for Templos to only get them 2 points on the board today. Definitely deserved to win out of everyone on the grid. So he's going to be absolutely furious about that.
Yeah, we saw his pace. It was outstanding at the top, leading the race for quite a while until he got that drive-through. But here is your race winner of Phoenix.
There's Phoenix yet again. Another fantastic race, and that's 2 wins in a row for Phoenix. At the start of the season, we thought, do you know what? Nothing was going to allow him to win a race, but he has came out in the last 2 rounds with no Lewis Piper, and he has won both of them, took them in his full advantage. Altrex gets P2 on his debut. Old Hoss in the Alpha Tower is going to be over the moon with P3. His team is cheering for him. Duras is very impressed. But yeah, it's another brilliant race for Old Hoss to get in the points and get a podium. His first podium, and the Alpha Tower is quick.
Certainly is. As we'll just go on to the race director for the FIA. Look at all the warnings and the pit stops. But yeah, there are your final standings. Thank you to everyone that's joined the stream today, as we've got some interviews waiting. Who's your driver of the day?
I'm going to have to say Old Hoss. Yeah, he's definitely deserved a podium. From the start of our season, he's got points in every single race apart from one, and he's come out here and got a podium.
Yeah,
and yeah, it's fantastic.
Gotta agree. As first of all, we'll bring in the race winner and his team principal, Phoenix.
Phoenix, 2 for 2 now. You've got to impress yourself. Fantastic race from you, Phoenix. Just to get past Altrex and just keep maintaining that gap. We saw you get the fast lap as well, but just give us your thoughts on that race.
Well, the fastest lap was an accident. I was just trying to push and try and get him out of my DRS. Along that, I think it was like lap 22 or something. I just thought the gap was like big enough where I can start pushing with my ERS. I think the start, obviously, I never have a good start. Templos jumped me for a second week in a row. And from there, you know, I was sitting P3 for a while. I didn't really feel like I was never like out of it. I always felt like I was still in it for the win, just hanging on to them. And obviously, Templos got his drive through, and it was a 1v1. Makes my life a little bit easier because I'm not a third man in a DRS train. And then got the move done. Started pushing that gap, and I think I was pushing him as well for pace. And yeah, just was able to push his ERS enough to where towards the last laps, you know, it didn't attack me. Well, it didn't get close enough to me. So, well, I can't say I'm not absolutely sweating though.
Yeah, but yeah, 2 wins for 2. At the start of the season, you were struggling to get that first win, but now you're in your element, it seems. I think that will promote you to P3 in the standings too. Ferrari gapping Red Bull that bit more. But yeah, I think your team principal will definitely be impressed. Currently gapping Red Bull by quite some margin.
I have to say I'm very happy for both my drivers, especially Toast. He was far better than any of his opponents. Of course, Phoenix delivered us one more time. Both the races I've managed, he's coming P1. We have already succeeded in making the gap bigger from Red Bull. I'm very happy and much more relieved because on lap 20, I think Phoenix was also feeling the pressure by the Haas. And yeah, I'm more than happy to have a P1 and P10 without my main driver. And I think our plant went very good.
Yeah, good to hear. But yeah, Phoenix, you've boosted yourself into the prize pool places into P3, and maybe you never know. By the end of the season, could be winning this. It's going to be close going to the end of the race. But going into the next race, just give us your thoughts on Spa.
Oh, oh no, no! I hate Spa. It's my worst track. It's just an RNG track where the curbs just you either win or you lose. And yeah, if there's any track I'm going to spin on, it's going to be Spa. It's not looking forward to that, but I'll still give it a good go.
Yeah, good to hear. But yeah, Phoenix, your race winner. Congratulations today.
So cheers, Alex.
And we will bring in Epic Toast, the other Ferrari driver.
Pete Toast, I think you'll be pretty pleased, I guess. P10, you got a point on the board.
I did get a point, and it was all because of that safety car. I can't lie. If it wasn't for that safety car, I doubt I would have got a point today.
Yeah, I think you'll definitely be pleased. Started P12. With a safety car, you did benefit. But overall, I think outpaced a few drivers there. And
Yeah,
I
I
think
found-
you'll be very impressed.
Yeah, I found a good setup during practice. It was just trying to get a balance between not losing the rear through the faster corners while being quick on the straights. I found it, and I ended up prevailing. I've mucked my quali lap up through the last two corners, which was a shame. I probably could have got maybe a few extra positions up. But hey ho, setup was good, strategy was good, safety car saved my life. Overall, good race.
Yeah, good to hear. You are currently a tier 2 driver, of course. You've got Imola coming up this week. How does this boost your confidence?
It boosts it a lot regarding some of the other drivers from tier 2, like Kev, Chris, and whatnot, were around my pace, maybe, yeah, around my pace, maybe a bit faster, and I just had better tyres. I don't know. They're all good drivers, but yeah, I think I can get some maybe a P5, P4 in Imola, hopefully. I like it.
Yeah. Good to hear. Your team principal was definitely very impressed with how you did stay. You jumped in for Jamal and ended up getting a point for the team. Currently in P1. But yeah, congratulations for you for getting that point on the board in Tier 1. And hopefully you can join us next week in Spa for reserve that too. But on to Friday for you then, Imola, and we'll see you then. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now we will move on to the Mercedes of Chris W. Final interview I think we've got today.
Now, Chris W, just missing out on a point today. But yeah, you're here in Tier 1 and you put up a good fight. Just give your thoughts on that race.
It was good. The start was decent. I kind of just pissed that every turn 1 and 2, everyone dies. Like the first lap, everyone just spins, hits themselves. Like it pisses me off. So I almost died in the first turn, but I hit the brakes in time and kept a couple. I lost like 2 places, but I gained them back. I was P9, P10 for a while. It was going good, and then the engineer was like, "Oh, you can pit for softs," and I was like, maybe everyone's doing like that, or it might be a good idea. Yeah, it wasn't a good idea. Maybe if I didn't pit for softs, I would have got P10.
Yeah, I would say the safety car probably. Did it benefit you in the end?
No, not. I mean, a little bit, but I guess I kept P11. Maybe if the safety car didn't come, I wouldn't have kept P11, probably. I'm kind of sad for a lot of drivers like Seth. I don't know what happened. They spun and just retired. I, I thought he's gonna do better, but other than that, I'm very proud of Phoenix. I mean, I've seen him in the last couple of races. He's been killing it, and I thought I could get a point for Mercedes. No luck today. Maybe next time.
Yeah, definitely. But on for you, our tier 2 driver, of course. Imola for you on Friday. Just give us your confidence and thoughts on that track.
Um, I don't know. It's a pretty interesting track for me. Every time I do it, it's like pretty sketchy. But I never tried it with a custom setup, so I have to train. But I do want to start learning no traction control. It's gonna be hard, but there's no way I can win with it. So um, I have to start somewhere.
Yeah, definitely. But P11 in the end today in tier 1. Thank you very much for joining us today. Hopefully we can see you next week.
Oh, for sure.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Right, that ends out round 9 of Tier 1, Season 5 of FZR Racing League. Thank you to everyone that's joined and supported the stream. Thank you, Seth, for the bits. If you're still watching, remember, highlights, race results, and updated standings will be on our socials, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok. And we will see you all for round 10.
See you later. Ta-ra.